Good evening, you are now with me, Andy for TVS Nightline. We begin with this story. The program Sarawak Ku Sayang SKS conveys a clear message that Sarawak's progress can only be achieved through close cooperation between the government and the people to realise the state's development agenda. Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Sri Tiong King Sing says, while the government continues to roll out various policies and initiatives, their success depends on the people's support and cooperation. He adds that SKS provides an important platform to strengthen government-community relations by sharing information on policies, initiatives and development plans while giving the public an opportunity to voice their views and needs.
Sarawak Ku Sayang membawa mesej yang jelas dan akan dicapai apabila kerajaan dan rakyat bergerak bersama. Kerajaan boleh merancang berbagai tasa dan inisiatif, namun kejayaan bergantung kepada sokongan dan kerjasama rakyat.
During the closing ceremony of SKS Sibu, Tiong, who is also Bintulu MP, and Dudong's Adun states ground engagement efforts continue to be strengthened to ensure that every policy and development project meets the needs of the people at the grassroots level. The conflict between Iran, the US and its allies is escalating rapidly with new missile strikes, attacks on commercial shipping and fresh threats from Tehran. The crisis is disrupting security, trade and global markets, as world leaders call for restraint and diplomatic solutions. Here's the latest with Cheryl Toh.
Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz and fired missiles and drones at Gulf states, retaliating after fresh U.S. strikes that followed an Iranian attack on a merchant ship left burning and abandoned by its crew. Sirens sounded and explosions rocked Qatar, the UAE and Bahrain, marking a major escalation that threatens a fragile US-Iran interim agreement aimed at halting the West Asia war. The Pentagon reveals it launched strikes early Sunday after Iran's Revolutionary Guards opened fire on the Cyprus-registered container ship they claimed was using an unauthorized route through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran later says it targeted a second vessel, accusing it of violating regulations. Iranian media reported explosions in Bandar Abbas, Sirte, Jaks, Qasem Island and Khuzestan province. Jordan's military adds 3 Iranian missiles landed inside its territory at dawn. India says one of its nationals is missing after a commercial ship was attacked off the coast of Oman. Its foreign ministry says 10 of the 11 Indian crew members aboard the GFS Galaxy have been rescued, while search and rescue operations continue for the missing seafarer. The US accused Iran of attacking the vessel, saying it was disabled by fire and damage to its engine room. Britain's maritime agency said the crew abandoned the ship and escaped in the lifeboat. Separately, Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, did not appear at the funeral of his father, Ali Khamenei, sparking questions about his safety and whether he fears assassination. Mojtaba, who was appointed supreme leader after his father was killed in a US-Israeli airstrike on February 28, has not made a public appearance since taking office. He has communicated only through written statements, despite widespread speculation online about his whereabouts. He vowed avenging his father, issuing the first public message since the funeral of former leader Ali Khamenei.
عهد می‌بندیم که انتقام خون پاک رهبر شهید و همه شهیدان این دو جنگ را از قاتلین جنایتکار و بی‌آبرو بگیریم. این جنایتکاران که فهرستی از صدر تا ذیلشان موجود است، آرزوی مرگ آرام و در بستر را با خود به گور خواهند برد.
The funeral ceremonies ended Thursday in the holy city of Mashhad, with senior figures from Iran's leadership attending, including Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Kalibaf, Chief Justice Ghulam Hussain Mohseni Ejei, and Ali Khamenei's eldest son, Mustafa Khamenei. Late Iranian leader Ali Khamenei's coffin, alongside those of family members killed in US-Israeli strikes in February, began the West Asia war, were transported from Iraq, where massive crowds attended funeral ceremonies in the holy cities of Najaf and Karbala. Global stock markets pushed high on Thursday as investors returned to technology shares, shrugging off fresh US-Iran strikes and a broader Middle East crisis. In New York, the Nasdaq surged 1.3% as AI-related tech stocks regained momentum. An upcoming US listing by South Korean chipmaker SK Hynix, which was reportedly heavily oversubscribed, helped boost confidence in the semiconductor sector. Oil prices edged lower as investors assessed the impact of regional tensions, with analysts saying higher global production outside the Gulf has reduced the risk of major supply disruptions. European markets ended mixed, with Paris and Frankfurt rising while London was hit by a sharp drop in AstraZeneca shares. As the conflict deepens, concerns are growing over regional security, global shipping routes, and the risk of a wider war across West Asia. Malaysians living in Qatar are advised to remain vigilant on the ongoing situation as per the advice to the Malaysian Embassy in Doha. For now, we pray for everyone's safety in West Asia. That's all from me. Back to you, Hendy.
Apple has sued OpenAI, accusing the AI giant of stealing trade secrets as it works to develop its own consumer hardware devices. The lawsuit filed in a California federal court alleges OpenAI poached Apple employees and obtained confidential information to build competing products. The legal battle marks a major breakdown between the two companies, which one partnered to bring ChatGPT features to Apple products in 2024. Apple says OpenAI's actions involve staff from technical teams to senior hardware leaders, while OpenAI has denied the allegations. The lawsuit could complicate OpenAI's growth plans, including its push into consumer hardware and preparations for a potential initial public offering. The suit names OpenAI its hardware subsidiary to Products, the company co-founded by former Apple design chief Jony Ive and two former Apple employees, Tang Yutan, now OpenAI's chief hardware officer, and engineer Chang Liu. Apple says it was seeking damages and an injunction barring OpenAI from using its confidential information, calling the lawsuit necessary after OpenAI failed to respond to concerns the company raised in February. Now, Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim says the federal government has never considered political affiliations when addressing issues affecting the people's welfare across the country. The Pakatan Harapan chairman says this is reflected through development projects and infrastructure upgrades implemented in states including Johor, Kelantan and Kedah.
Saya bagi sebab apa yang dia perlu. Banjir. Ada banjir sini sikit kan? Kita selesai. Di Sungai Muar baik, sungai ini kawasan Zaleha, Segamat, kita 2-3 projek itu bilion ringgit. Buat 10 tahun lalu. Tak, ini kita lulus, bukan kita janji. Sudah mula projek jalan Batam banjir.
He reiterates that the federal government has not neglected the interests of the people and development needs of opposition-led states such as Kelantan and Kedah.
Sejak kita ambil alih, kita bincang, tadi lagi mau sign dengan Perdana Menteri Anutin, mau boleh korek sungai, belah Siam, belah Malaysia. Saudara, ini maknanya untuk tolong rakyat. Bila kita perintah, mesti fikir mau tolong rakyat. Bukan datang kempen, pergi tempat Cina, marah Melayu, pergi tempat Melayu, marah Cina. Ini politik lama punya.
On education, Anwar says the Madani government remains inclusive in providing assistance regardless of the political background of any institution. Dato' On Hafiz Ghazi has been sworn in as Johor's Menteri Besar for a second consecutive term. The Machap State Assemblyman was reappointed after Barisan Nasional BN Johor successfully formed the state government, following a landslide victory in the 16th Johor state election. The swearing-in ceremony of the Johor Menteri Besar took place at Istana Bukit Serene in Johor Bahru, in the presence of the Regent of Johor, Tunku Mahkota Ismail. BN secured 48 out of the 56 state seats, 8 more than it won in the 2022 Johor election, giving the coalition a strong mandate to form the next Johor government. The Johor election saw BN secure a commanding majority, while Pakatan Harapan PH won 8 seats and Perikatan Nasional PN failed to retain any of the 3 seats it won previously. Close cooperation between the state and federal governments must remain a priority to ensure political stability, smooth policy implementation and development for the benefit of the people. Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Amar Fadilah Yusof says the decision made by Johor voters in the 16th state election must be respected. He also adds the newly mandated government must now focus on administering the state effectively and delivering on its responsibilities. Fadilah reiterates that the victory must be reflected through continued efforts to develop Johor and improve the well-being of its people. In the 16th Johor state election, Barisan Nasional won 48 state seats, while Pakatan Harapan secured 8.
Sebab bila negeri bergerak baik, ianya sudah pasti akan menyumbang kepada pertumbuhan ekonomi negara kita. Jadi kita kena jalinkan hubungan yang baik antara negeri dan juga persekutuan.
Ngakor Ming stands by his words and is ready to resign from the cabinet if the integrity of the country's judicial system is compromised. In a Facebook post, the Minister for Housing and Local Government says his stance was based on principle and was not linked to any personal matter. His statement was referring to possibilities of Najib Razak's release from prison without proper sentencing.
The statement continues with Nga stating that if Najib was released for causing Malaysia to be indebted with 51.4 billion ringgit, the credibility of the nation's judicial system has been severely corrupted. The matter became a hot topic on social media after former UMNO Supreme Council member Dr. Muhammad Puat Zarkashi challenged him to make good on his words, which prompted Nga urging Puat and other concerned parties to read his full statement published by a local news outlet, Oriental Daily. The remarks reflected his long-standing position as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya that the credibility of the country's judicial system must be upheld. In the same post, Nga congratulated BN on his victory in the Johor state election, saying the democratic process must be respected by all parties. Nga also thanked voters who supported Pakatan Harapan PH, as well as party workers and volunteers who worked throughout the campaign, adding that the coalition remained committed to serving the people and the nation.
Get all the updates you need all in one app. TVS Inspire brings you live updates on events, news and programs. Available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. TVS Inspire, well on your screen, anytime, anywhere. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.